Hey, what's going on? It's Incomplete the Poet. I have a good poem for you today, okay? But let me give you the back history on this particular poem. Now, the name of the poem is called Jibber Jabber. It's from my new book called Sane the New Crazy, a collection of poetry dedicated to the awareness of mental health. And you can pick this book up at Lulu.com for $20, okay? You say, oh my goodness, $20. I know it seems like a lot, but at the same time, each book that you purchase for $20, it allows me to give 10 books away for free to individuals who really need to read it, you know. And once again, it's a collection of poetry dedicated to the awareness of mental health. Okay, now you also thought when you press play, why do he got on this green shirt? Well, green, lime green rather, is the national color of mental health awareness, you know. So, and I'm a strong advocate and I'm a strong champion for mental health. You know, so by you helping me, we are helping other individuals. And if you know anyone that can benefit from that book, you know, please, by all means, purchase them a book as well, or even give them the link to this particular video so they can definitely press the link below and they'll be able to purchase a book for themselves, you know, because there's a lot of individuals who are suffering in silence, and they shouldn't have to. You know, the stigma of getting counseling is so overwhelming, you know. There's so many people contemplating suicide. There's so many people attempting suicide, and there's so many people taking their own lives, you know. I remember when I first heard that Kid Cudi went to the hospital to deal with something similar, you know, and it seemed like Kanye West was having a breakdown of his own, you know, and that was bittersweet because it was sweet for me because it's like if these supernatural people are going to get help, why don't you go get help? And it was bitter because it's like, man, I can't believe they're dealing with that. I don't want nobody to have to deal with that. But at the same time, that's not our reality. Our reality is this is the time that we're living in, you know. And then we know what all that's going on in the society. And even though the society seems to be coming closer, you know, Americans are joining together now. That's a beautiful thing, you know, but at the same time, you know, it's really hard to rejoice in that when you know that you have other people who are suffering in silence, you know. So, this poem right here is called Jibber Jabber. It's basically a poem about myself back in the day, you know. And when I say back in the day, well, you know, to tell you a little bit about me, you know, I wrote this poem probably like a couple of months ago based off of things I was going through when I was about, you know, 18, 19, 20 years old because I was confused about my own sexuality, you know. Well, let me go back some more, you know. At age 3, I had like a brain tumor, right? And then from like as a child, you know, I was molested, and then at age 13, I was raped, you know, and being molested by a male, being raped by a woman, you know, I was confused about my own sexuality, you know, and there was many times that I attempted to take my own life because I couldn't bear to deal with the shame of it all, you know. And when I say shame, I know you thinking, well, you didn't do anything. Tell a young boy mind that, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I did something wrong, you know what I'm saying? To have to go through this torment, you know. So as what the poem is really about, it's basically me having a conversation with myself, you know what I'm saying? And trying to reassure myself that everything's will be okay. But at the same time, trying to reassure myself that, you know, we have to stay solid, we have to press forward, we have to do what we have to do in order to get to the next level of our lives, you know what I'm saying? So that's what the poem is basically about, and it's called Jibber Jabber, okay? Jibber Jabber. I preoccupy my mind because my thoughts stalk me, haunt me like an informant trying to entrap me. While recording everything I say and do as evidence of my contritment, is evident that loneliness suits me like a well-tailored suit made just for me. When I walk alone in my mind, I leave a tear trail stain so I can find my way out the abyss I once called love. See, I don't love me enough to leave me alone with me. Not saying I don't trust me, but I'd rather not trust me. Because when you're the underdog, anything is possible because everything is logical. See, my mind is the valley of the shadow of death. I fear no evil. I can dance with the devil knowing the Lord will commandeer my soul. And that's why I got to preoccupy my mind, because if I don't, I'll frustrate myself to no end, only to find myself forgiving myself. It seems good, sounds good from the surface, but it's merely cosmetic. It'll never grow, take root like love does. It'll never show what it feels like to be void, malice, strategic, and even invisible. See, because I hate me. Not that I don't want to live again type hate me, but the type of hate where you know better. The type of hate where you're not satisfied unless you self-destruct. The type of hate where you sabotage every good thing in your life. Want to listen to this video, you're like, you know what, I think he hates himself. When really, I love me. But I've been wearing, you ain't going to amount to nothing for so long. You would have thought I said I was wearing Gucci. So once again, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. You know, I try to give you a burst of videos that can last you, you know, some time until you be able to perfect what whatever it is I'm trying to teach. But at the same time, you know, you just keep on coming back, and if this is your first time on a page, you know, please by all means, you know, subscribe. So you can definitely get those bursts of videos when I first drop them. You know, I'm also on Facebook, and I have a whole set of different videos on Facebook than I do here. You know what I'm saying? I may have one or two of the like 30 videos I have. I may have one or two that's on Facebook, but for the most part, it's different videos on Facebook, you know, than it is on YouTube. So you just go over to my Facebook page, Incomplete the Poet, reintroduce yourself to me, and I look forward to talking to you again. But until then, keep writing.